A home business in Portage is tearing a neighborhood there apart. The business is a taxi service, and people say the traffic and the noise is unbearable, so they took their complaints to the city. 24-Hour News 8's Mark Thompson spoke with all the parties involved, and he's live at Portage City Hall tonight, sorting it all out. Mark.
Brian, residents are furious. They say they cannot understand why the city is allowing a car service to operate in a residential neighborhood. And the business plan has been scaled back quite a bit, but the tension is far from settled. This may look like a quiet neighborhood, but below the surface, neighbors are at odds, and the city of Portage finds itself in the role of referee. It all started last August when Robert and Kimberly Tatum moved in and brought their taxi company with them. The couple had just purchased Aero car and sedan service and were running it out of their home here on Wedgwood Drive.
Everybody who owns a home business or a business may have started at home, whether it had been in the basement or in their living room or on the kitchen table. They started in their home and then they grew it from there.
The company included 3 vehicles and employees who would come and go from the home, swapping out their personal cars in the process.
At that time, honestly, it was quite busy.
Jack Yee has lived in the neighborhood for nearly 40 years. He and other neighbors saw the cab service traffic as a danger to children, the noise excessive and the business unbearable.
Every day, you know, no matter what time, we can hear the door slam and the door start, the car start the car. Because my house is only about 25 feet from the driveway.
Not to mention the Tatums didn't have a permit to operate from home. So a group of nearly 50 neighbors took their complaints and a petition to the city. And while a recent revised ordinance allows more flexibility for a home-based business, the Tatum's first application was denied. So they revised the plan, agreeing to only one company car on premises in the garage, no vehicle maintenance, no employees at the house, and a limited number of trips and hours. That plan passed.
We're renting spaces in a parking ramp, which works well for our cars, keeps them out of the weather.
But the tension remains, and the Tatum's issues with other neighbors have become personal.
So I went directly over to her house and I confronted her and asked her to please mind her own business. And from that day forward is when she had a vengeance out for us, which absolutely had nothing to do with the business.
And some residents would not speak to us on camera. They say that they are actually afraid of the Tatums after a recent domestic issue at their home brought a swarm of police to the neighborhood. As far as the city, they say they will review and make periodic stops at the Tatums' residence to make sure that they're following those new rules. And their business plan will come up for public review before the Planning Commission in 4 months. We're live in Portage tonight. Mark Thompson, 24-Hour News 8.